You're waist deep in the snow, freezing, and there's the snow piles who have all just moved closer to you.
Okay, given this, I am going to go back inside.
All right, it you kind of half crawl back onto the stoop as all these snow piles move another good foot or so closer as you make it up to the stoop, and kind of quickly scoot back inside.
Okay.
You're back by the door. Adjust your health as needed. Excuse me.
I head over back to the fire.
All right.
There is a problem outside.
What? No arms? What?
The building is surrounded by the giant snowballs. No one can leave.
Okay. Um. It's a good thing we brought food. Might have to wait till the storm's over.
Here's the problem. I don't think the storm is going to be over. Because between the time that I entered and the time that I just walked outside, there's an additional 2 feet of snow on the ground. It seems that this storm is only growing stronger. And I think it's got something to do with our guest here.
Okay. Then I think we need to start thinking on how to make things a little bit better for us. We need to do some scheming. Hmm. Lottie kind of goes into like a, the thinker pose and just sits there, like straining herself to think almost.
I'm not sure what we can do. The only thing that I can think of is find a way to get this guy to leave. Which I tried, and it's going to cost someone's arm.
Your
And I'm
vision,
not
or
willing.
sorry, your concentration is almost broken as uh, a bandaged man comes over with a large, like almost like firewood log-sized chunk of coal. Comes over and just adds it to the pile. He comes over and joins the group by the fire. He's obviously been crying, but he's not now.
Okay. Anyway, I tried to get this guy to leave, and it's going to cost someone's arm, and I'm not willing to do that to someone. So how can we get this? 'Cause I'm sure he's causing the snowstorm.
We just need to find a trade that'll work out in both of our favors, Pelly says. We just need to figure out what that is, of course.
I already tried to find out what he wants, and all he wants is to trade.
So like I said, you gotta play the room. If he wants to trade, trade. Just make sure you can make it out in the end.
Hmm. I don't know. This is not my forte in the least. Do you have any ideas, Lottie?
Shh! I'm still thinking, she says and goes back to her little pose.
How about you, Pelly?
Not right now, but we'll certainly let you know if we think of something.
Hmm.
I mean, we're not in a hurry to go anywhere.
Not that we could go anywhere if we wanted to.
Right.
Again, now that everyone's trapped and they can't go out to make the deals, the consequence for not being able to make the deals will be their life, probably.
Oh no, that well, kind of, sort of. Um, this is the consequence. Pelly kind of waves about the people in front of everybody, the people in front of you guys, everyone in front of the fire.
That they have to stoke the fire.
Uh, no, it's more it's more of what goes in the fire is the punishment. Kind of gestures over to the big piles of coal. As you can probably tell, wood doesn't burn, and you can't light any fires. This is the only fire in town, seems like. Only place of warmth for these people.
Do people get turned into coal?
Kelly just solidly looks at you. And then just looks back at these people, kind of signifying to you, like, what do you think?
I think that it would be accurate. I take a good look at the coal.
It's not your average little lumps of coals. It's, like I said, weird chunks of coal. You did just see a man come from the other side of the room with a unusually large oblong piece of coal. Um, roll me, either, I want to say perception. Yeah, just roll me a straight up perception real quick with advantage.
That would be 14 plus 5 is 19. 19.
All right. Yeah, you start piecing a few things together that everyone around here is like got some of their limbs bandaged,
Mm-hmm.
except the people around here at the fire don't, or at least not as much. These
Right.
people have been, you've seen them throwing in their personal belongings into the fire, and then shortly after throwing coal into the fire. And you've noticed everyone in line seems to be more shifty and almost paranoid. While these people over here are literally sobbing, trying to get warm. It's very clear that your theory is pretty right.
Is there any coal that looks specifically like a left arm?
You can rummage through the pile a little bit, but it's not like a solid, a perfect arm or anything. There's no pieces quite that large.
Unfortunate. Dang it. Because fire lives. So all I'd have to do is set the log of arm on fire, and hey, look, it's a living left arm. Dang it. I am completely and totally lost. So, I suppose the only thing that can be done is to confront the ice guy.
Unless you'd like to do anything else, you can practically just skip to the front of the line, assuming you would have waited.
I ask Pelly and Lottie one more time if they've gotten any ideas.
They both shake their heads, no, at least not right now.
Okay, then I will skip to the front of the line.
Before you set off the table, Pelly kind of catches you and hands you a small little folded, about like wallet size little cloth fold. It's got something in it.
I take a look at it.
You unwrap the small little cloth, and it's just an excess of extra gauze and bandages.
Thanks.
I'm a doctor, just in case, he says.
I appreciate it. Alright. So, to the front.
You wait your turn past all the fidgeting, greedy people. And again, the doors are opened. It's your turn.
And probably for the last time, I step through the fog.
Welcome back! The voice rings out again. You will take another 5 damage of cold. Business is booming today, and I hope you're part of it.
This wouldn't be booming considering nobody can leave now.
Oh, why not?
The snow's too deep.
Oh, that's right. You guys don't like snow.
Yes.
Shame! You certainly have to work on that.
Well, I regret to state that there is no possible way for me to get a living arm without leaving the village, so... What is my punishment?
Oh, that saddens me, Elrik. It really does. You telling me you cannot uphold this bargain?
Correct.
Shame. Your punishment is this. He outstretches a hand as a kind of a arcing blue lightning bolt strikes from his hand and strikes you physically. It does not hurt, but you feel about 20 pounds heavier as your left leg stiffens up and is now encased in coal.
Oh.
Now then, have you thought of anything else you'd like to trade for?
You're just gonna keep trading until there's no one left in the village, aren't you?
I'm going to trade until there's nothing else to trade for.
Right. You are most certainly not the spirit of Kringlefest.
Of course I am. Who would be so gracious as giving out gifts to people?
Giving gifts normally does not require the return of something else. Not that I'm saying that it's not appreciated to receive a gift in return.
Yes, the season of giving.
Giving from one's heart generally does not require the notion to be reciprocated.
Mm, well, that's true. I can't deny that.
So then whom, may I ask, are you really?
Another low-life peasant like yourself who's found purpose. Why be just some old street vendor when I can give people what they want and get things in return on a bigger scale?
At the costs of at the obvious cost of people's lives and limbs.
No skin off my nose, excuse the expression.
I just want to applaud that joke. I'd love to. Oh. Playing off individuals' greed. Well done, I must say.
What a better place to do it in that wouldn't draw an attention from any of the local authorities either.
Too bad you forgot one authority. Myself.
Oh, now.
I can't let this keep going on. These people's lives, as greedy as they are and as miserable as they may seem, are not worth your satisfaction.
I see. And are you willing to trade for this?
I'm willing to trade, absolutely. Your life for their safekeeping.
The figure will stand up from its throne. I'm sorry, Elrik, are you threatening me?
Threats are just empty words. This, my friend, is a promise.
I would think very carefully about your next move. I may not have the power to stop you, but I'm not your main concern here.
See, the thing about magic, I start stretching, and spell work and curses, generally they revert to the way they were after the source is no longer available. Ergo, I get rid of you, all the people that you've cursed to be coal, as I motion to my leg, go back to normal.
Yes, generally that's how it works.
And even if, and it's a long if, things do not go back to the way that they're supposed to be after you die, then the snowstorm will at least have stopped, so people can actually move on with their lives instead of waiting it out for the less precious minutes that they've got. So how about this? I'll give you a living left arm. It'll be your own.
The room immediately swirls with snow. You will take instantly another 5 damage, and you're almost paralyzed by just like a sudden drop in temperature. A swirl of ice just begins to start clattering on the walls. The Kringle will practically levitate from its position on the treasure mound, just about here in front of you, a very dark and daunting figure as the room actively gets darker. My dear boy, in all of my years, I have never had anyone say such things to me and survived. I'm going to ask you again. Are you threatening me?
And I will respond. Threats aren't acted upon as they are just empty words. Let's see how much of a, well, let's say, let's see how much of a threat you think this is when you're on the floor.
You truly wish to take me away from these people?
Greed is a terrible thing.
Indeed it is. He outstretches his hand, and it shoves you backwards. You get propelled backwards. You almost get the wind knocked out of you. You do not hit any ice or fog wall. You actually stumble backwards through the fog wall. There were no doors in your way. You're back out into the hall, and the Kringle figure floats just over above you. You almost hear a large gasp from the crowd, as everyone not expecting this figure to, I guess, leave the room. His voice booming over top of anything. This man here wants to take me away from you kind people. He wants to stop the trade. He stands between you and all your dreams. Instantly, all these eyes go upon you. You want to stop me from these people? You want to take away what they live to seek and what they want? There's a difference between wants and needs, and everyone should know that wants are a harder desire to kick. As he will pretty much throw you into the room about another 30 feet.
Yes, but wants shouldn't cost someone their life. And you've already taken away everything from these people by trapping them in this building. You're not going to stop until they're all destroyed, are you? Before their greed consumes them.
Almost in an instant, you are surrounded by all of these line people who are quite angrily glaring at you. And you are hearing a lot of shouting and yelling against you.
I roll for persuasion with speech.
Okay?
That's a 14 plus, what's my persuasion? Let me pull up my chart. And I can only hope it works. So that's a total of 19 because I've got a +5 to persuasion.
Okay?
Is your greed worth your life? Is your greed worth everything that it's costing you? Everything that's being thrown into the fire? He won't stop until everything is burnt to the ground, and no one is left to stop him. Are you sure that's what you among your things? Or do you want to continue to live for what is truly important, and that's the experience of gaining these things on your own with your own power?
You see a lot of recollection flash in everyone's eyes as they kind of start looking down to the things they're holding. Like really, reality check and take a look around at everything. You've also seen Lottie and Pelly kind of quickly jump up to the back of the line, ready to do something. almost one by one, everyone will begin to kind of throw their things down and really take a step back from everything. Well, it looks like you've certainly upset my apple cart, Elrik. I don't think these nice people are gonna trade with me anymore. Hmm. That hurts. That really hurts. Well, anyways, I still think it's a time for giving. And it's about time I start getting. Roll initiative. And we'll...
17.
Alright. One, two... Alright, this large figure will begin to start shining ice and pretty much lightning from its hands as these two very large ice giants, or ice golems, or whatever they may be, also step up for the attack. Pretty much all of the people will begin to vacate as quickly as they can from this side of the room. Lottie and Pelly will step up behind you as they have your back.